And we are live. Hello and welcome to the Innovators Corner. I and Shalini are here yet again to discuss Metaverse and patent filings. I hope you are doing very well. And yeah, let's go. Shalini, as usual, the opening remarks.
Hi, Priggya. Opening remarks is, did you have a good Tuesday?
Yeah, absolutely. I hope everyone is having a great Tuesday.
We are still suffering from Diwali hangover, and and yeah, we missed the call last week because of Diwali, and I think my household we're still having some Diwali hangover. So, opening now the two opening remarks. Metaverse has suddenly become a household name since Facebook decided to change its name to Meta. And
Yes.
uh, Metaverse is a hypothetical universe which is in the future, I think, if you actually look at the definition of Metaverse. So, what is, so, with Metaverse, with Meta, all these things, such new technologies are coming up or are being brought into the present, such as augmented reality, virtual reality. And with those new technologies coming in, patent laws have to either evolve to fit into them, uh, and have to understand where it is applicable and how it is applicable. So I don't think it is going to change that much, but it's good to have a look at it and see what people are doing in this field of metaverse and patent.
Correct. So, Shalini, my opening remarks would be, see, currently we don't have new law, so we'll have to go by the older law only. So I think currently the law at present, the same law applies to metaverse, NFTs, AR, VR, and all the new technologies. So in light of that, we'll have to see how can we patent stuff related to newer technology. I'm not saying that we can patent stuff or we cannot patent stuff, but we have to see them in the light of existing laws. We cannot change the law to apply to newer technology. I think it will take some time for it to do that.
I think by the time the amendment in laws is brought into force, the technology would have changed to something else and metaverse will be outdated. So there is always the law that is trailing behind technology, like 10 steps behind. And by the time the
Correct.
law catches up, technology is moving.
So it's like law is always lagging behind and it tries to catch up with the technology.
And sometimes it doesn't even, the law doesn't even need to change. I mean, if you look at our contract laws, they have been here since the latter part of the 19th century. And I think they're still as applicable today as they were in the 19th century. And it's just that just because a new technology comes up, we think, oh, it's different and we need a new law. But I think we should stop and examine the technology and see if it still fits within the paradigm of the existing laws.
Correct. Absolutely. So, with regard to metaverse, what I think is important, like there are a lot of innovation happening in this area, and in next 10 years, it is expected to increase tremendously. So, what is the current scenario? We have an established patent law. So in the light of that law, we need to see whether newer technologies like NFTs, crypto, blockchain, cr- AR, VR, are they patentable or not? And for that, what we need to see. So we need to see. So let's start with what we can patent. We can patent a product or a process, right? And
Correct.
product can include article of manufacture, it can include machines, it can include composition of matter and things like that. And processes are processes, maybe a process to manufacture something or a process for example, in the light of softwares or in this light of technological processes. So these are also processes. So all these things are patentable by law currently. So if we come to newer technologies like metaverse, what can be patentable? So products. If we see
Yes,
products, we have headgears, we have headsets, we have visual glasses, we have earbuds, we have handheld devices, we have so many products that can be patented so that we can leverage the technology of metaverse, right?
right,
And then if we come to processes, processes are what I it's my personal opinion. It would be again something very similar to softwares, where
yes,
still the precedent or the most celebrated case is Alice versus CLS Bank, which laid down what can be patented, what cannot be patented. And in light of that, if we are doing something extra than normal computer functioning to create something, then that would be patentable. So we have
absolutely.
products and we have processes. So that is my take on what can be patented. Would you like to add something to this?
Yeah, I think you're spot on with talking about the processes being computer related inventions. I think if we are talking about metaverse, there is no other way to look at it other than computer related. And like you said, we have to look at the precedents and see which was the latest case, and I think US case that rules the roost, so to say. And I think if you take away the concept of computer related invention, then there is no concept of metaverse.
Yeah.
And
It's about
after
creating
talking,
avatars.
yeah, after talking about product and process, then again we have our usual usefulness and subject matter patentability.
Yeah. So I'm getting an error that there might be some problem with our streaming, but it's okay. I think we can continue. We'll see address to that later on.
Okay, so what are the so I think I recently have been, for some reason, whenever I'm looking for interesting patents, the ones that have been popping up are the metaverse ones. And I think I have one by Disney and one by a set of hotels, Crown
Yeah.
Hotels, I think.
Yes.
So should we
So
discuss that a bit?
yeah, we should definitely. I think Disney is the most famous one in the current scenario where news is everywhere. Oh my God, Disney has patented a metaverse or an experience which that is going to give them in their amusement parks. So we should definitely discuss what is it about.
Yes. So this is, you're talking about the amusement park ones. I'm talking about the rooms ones.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm. So, okay, let's start with you since I think you've just come back from a trip where you experienced this.
So yeah, I experienced it, and it was Warner Brothers, but it was not the same technology. But this Disney has recently patented a technology where we'll get a metaverse kind of experience without the devices. Like we'll not have to wear the glasses and everything. We can just go inside a room, and that room is full of things which is going to give us a metaverse experience. So I read a report where they said they do not have any intention to process it right now, or maybe come up with that technology right now, but in near future they are thinking of developing this technology.
Okay. I came across the Disney patent when I was researching hospitality and with the help of, so this one was, I think, with the help of television and projectors, you could create a Disney environment in your room
Wow.
and have 3D version. So let's say you want the Little Mermaid. You can
Mhm.
create that underwater kind of ambience in your room, and have your flounder and I don't know what the crab was called, the flounder and the crab and Ariel and Ariel's father and so on, everyone, where I think holograms were also involved, and
Yes.
you could interact with those creatures, and you could also have an amazing bath time. Like, for kids, it would be amazing, a bath time experience with your favorite Disney character. A bit creepy, I suppose, but for a child, it's
I'm imagining about sleeping in a room with full of Disney characters.
I think you have to like choose a theme, and then the entire room becomes that. So you can't get everyone in one room. Sorry, you have to choose a theme. Just don't pick Frozen.
Yeah, so I think this is a very interesting one, Shalini, and just imagine the technology is going where, and I don't know in next 10 years what we'll be experiencing with all the technology, all the devices, and things like that.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing. The other one I read about that was interesting, and I didn't think that deserved a patent, but then who am I to judge, right? It was for a work. Uh, your part, the entire thing was patented. Part of the room had a bed with those mattresses for your orthopedic mattresses. It has a cocooning headrest. It has aromatherapy kits by your bedside, and linen, which is supposed to make you feel comfortable, and that kind of thing. And on the other side, you have a desk area, which is a loop area where you can relax and lounge and watch TV or work with your laptop. There is also a desk area, um, which helps you supposedly to minimize clutter. And then what they call as a welcome area where you can hang your coat and keys. And I'm thinking, isn't that my house? Except of course, I don't have a cocooning headboard with my bed and aromatherapy kits and so on. But if I went the extra mile, this is my house. So what is it that they have patented in a work life room, that you can work and have a life in the same room?
Yeah.
So that was the other thing. I mean, it was a hospitality thing, and you could then, of course, there was a meta component in how you want to make your room feel.
The thing with
So
metaverse is I keep imagining, Shalini, like how can I spend whole day wearing those headsets? I think in times to come they might become just as thin as our normal glasses, or maybe a lens, or maybe we don't need one. Like Disney said that they are patenting something where we do not require that headsets and things like that. Yeah.
there was. So what about avatars? And we have our online personas, right? Do you think we can protect those?
So avatars mostly would be, I think, subject matter of copyright and trademarks. Like if if specifically copyright, definitely, because it is an artwork of creating an avatar, and if someone is copying an avatar of Priggya Arora, it would be a copyright infringement because it is me who has created that avatar. So definitely copyright infringement. But if that avatar is used specifically for maybe selling something, or in terms of maybe an avatar of Nike or an avatar of Adidas, Puma, Apple, and anything, or avatar of Steve Jobs selling something. He's not in existence, but Apple might create an avatar of Steve Jobs to sell something. So all these would be subject matter of trademarks, but because they are related to services there, and once they are related to the services, they become subject matter of trademark. So I think trademark and copyright would have a lot of role in development of this.
Yeah. Then the other thing that I came across was this concept of mixed reality.
Yeah.
We have AR, VR, and then we also have MR, which is mixed reality. So, are you familiar with the area?
So yeah, some mixed, all these technologies are so close to each other, like AR, VR, mixed technologies, because they give us all of them together give us an immersive experience. For example, like I told you about a patent application that we filed, and we got an opportunity to work on that, and that is a granted patent now, where we could experience things. For example, if I need to go to a shop to buy a sofa, i I can experience the same sofa on my device. And what actually happens is they'll capture the photograph of that sofa, they'll convert into 3D images, they'll send it on my device, and I'll be able to experience all the curves, all the edges, the 3D views and everything. That is a that is mixed reality, because it is not giving me immersive experience, but AR VR technology is involved in that. When it starts giving me an immersive experience, we go into the world of metaverse. So that is enhancement of all the technologies together, where there is blockchain involved, where we can create multiple worlds together, and we can go into any world where we want to go into. So it is a different ball game altogether. But technology wise, if we see, it is a combination of a lot of technology together.
Right. Okay. So I think in the very near future, I won't have to travel all the way to where you are to experience the cooler weather. I think
Yeah.
I think the meta immersive technology will get me there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Shalini, I think we should also discuss some aspects of patentability, because that is also important. So, for technologies like Metaverse 2, just for the viewers, as we always bring these three elements in all the videos we
Yes,
discuss, for Metaverse 2, firstly, product or a process, like we just gave the examples of products and processes, and then we have to take care of novelty,
novelty.
non-obviousness, and utility. So if your idea has to be new, it should be not obvious to the person of ordinary skill in the art, and it should have utility. Then only things related to metaverse would be patentable.
Absolutely. Cannot forget the three cornerstones.
Yeah. So we have a question. I'll read that question to you. So Abdul Basid is here with us. He says, "Can you please comment on the reason why legal professionals are usually reluctant in adopting technology, and how court technology projects should take the lawyers along while such advances are made or such things are made part of policy?" So, Shalini, any answer or opinion to this question? This is not related to the topic, but if you.
I know. I was just thinking, how technologically advanced am I? And I think I'm pretty tech savvy. I know a bit of coding. I know how to use no code platforms. Um, and I think I have the latest in technology here at my desk. So I'll tell you, the for lawyers, a lot of their bread and butter comes from word skills. So it's
Correct,
either drafting or it's verbally pleading their case. And in both of these, it's bare minimum technology that is involved. You need
correct,
a computer or a paper and pen. You need internet maybe to a bit of research, but the old school lawyers have access to all the digests, Supreme Court digests and case laws uh, in the physical copy. So in that case, our profession does not usually. So someone was asking me the other day, um, if you had to go back to 1800, what would you take with you? Three things you would take with you. And I would not take my smartphone, and I would not take my tablet, and I would not take anything because there is no internet there. But I can still be a lawyer in the 1800s with a pen and paper, with a feather and ink and parchment, I can still be a lawyer because I that's all I need. So that's why I think you see most lawyers are not tech savvy or are reluctant to use technology. The other reason I think is a bit of insecurity that we feel that if we start adopting technology, it will replace us, and
Yeah.
we don't want to be made redundant, which is what is happening with patent softwares, patent drafting softwares, patent searching softwares that's happening these days. They are trying to automate everything. And if they automate everything, you will not need your lawyers. That is the general fear, but I think that's unfounded. I think at the end of the day, you need a human touch to look at a contract, to explain the contract, and to argue what the contract is about. And that's,
Correct.
I think I covered the point. Did I, Priggya? You have anything
Yeah.
to add?
I'll add a few things. Shalini, you are absolutely right with your point of view regarding why lawyers are reluctant in adopting technology. But I think the reason is, firstly, I don't believe software can replace us. They can help us, but they cannot replace us, because if we look at a patent, also all the patent drafting softwares, I don't think there is any software which exists that can draft claims on our behalf unless we discuss with the inventor and discuss the what is required to be in the claims. Software cannot do that stuff. Second is, I feel a lot of it is because of the way we are grown up. Like, Shalini, you and I come from a technological background where we have done engineering and then we have done law. We have studied sciences and then we have done law. So it's easier for us to adapt to technology. But people coming from traditional law background, they haven't had a technological touch in their life. For example, doctors too. Like, my sister is a doctor, she's not tech savvy, she cannot do anything on the laptop. She says, I hardly use my laptop. So she says, I hardly use my laptop. I haven't touched it since ages. So, because their profession does not require it. Similar is with our case. If we go to traditional law, we do not require it. Anything else than typing on a computer, we do not require it. So it is not the not people are reluctant, but they are not grown up in an environment where they are surrounded by technologies. Maybe the future generation comes which is very tech savvy, or people like us who change their background from engineering to law and we are tech savvy.
But I think we are because we are from a technical background. The other patent lawyers who are from a bio background, I
Mhm.
don't know if they are as comfortable with technology. Like, I
Mhm.
have grown up taking apart computers and putting them together and working with microprocessors and tinkering with hardware devices in the lab.
Yeah.
To me, it's an extension of that, a more sophisticated extension of that. But I think you're right. If you are, if you put in a profession where we have to dissect frogs or to grow a bacteria culture, we would struggle with it. So I think
Correct.
it's the same thing that they were comfortable with a different kind of technology, and we are comfortable with a different kind of technology.
Correct. So I think that's all. That session was on metaverse. We covered what is the requirement, what is the subject matter, and a few examples. And I think a lot of video game players are in this domain currently, and yeah, looking forward to more innovations in this area.
I want to end with this thing that there are a lot of people, founders and investors, who these days say that get onto a video game chat room with me and play with me while we discuss this, while we
Yeah.
discuss something. And it's such an, I don't know, have you tried that? Have you had a meeting in a
I haven't, but I'm planning to launch our office in the metaverse very soon. So it's like playing with the platform. We don't know where it will go, but let's try it out.
Oh, I'll join you there.
Maybe we'll do next some live very soon in the metaverse. That's all, everyone. If you have any questions, please feel free to write to me or Shalini, and we are here to help you. Thank you for joining. See you next Tuesday.